Good morning, everybody. I hope you are well. Well, welcome to Transformations. For those of you who've been with me on the other platforms, you'd understand why I'm dressed like this. I had a little bit of a morning workout. I am transforming all aspects and avenues of my life as much as I can. So I have been working on trying to get rid of this gout. Let me put this on the usual platforms, invite a couple of people to join us, put it on my pages, and then we will actually kick straight into the discussion. If you chance here, you are one of the early birds, bear with me please, and also do me the favor of clicking the share button so people in your network will see me. Good morning, good morning. We are on to Transformation. Transformations is an English medium page. It is a page which explores how to change, a process of change. It interrogates what needs to be done when one professes to change. And sometimes the things other people around you observe during your process of change. So this morning's finding is my daughter. She comes, she sees me, I've already done this, that, and the other. And her question was, and she knows I wake up quite early. Wow, Mom. That's even early for you. How much earlier did you have to wake in order to accomplish all that already? That was the question. How much earlier did you have to wake today to accomplish all that already? And for me, that is a statement which made me up, because it's a statement which says that what I am doing is actually becoming impactful. That I am actually achieving so much more than typical, that my own kid can see it. She's known me all her life. She knows when I wake. She knows that I am an insomniac. All these things are not news to her. But even that girl is able to see that Amma is pushing through boundaries. Amma is changing things. I'm augmenting things. And it's very exciting. That's one of the key things with transformation. If you are actually on a genuine transformation, then people around you should actually see the results. People around you should wonder how you achieve those things. People should ask you, how in God's name are you able to maintain all that? Because the evidence is compelling. The evidence is visible. Let's talk. I'm going to keep this short and snappy. So you want to change. Yeah, you've told people you will to change. You've told people that you are on a transformation journey, exciting stuff. But do you actually understand the methodology of change? And that's what this page is all about, the methodology of change. Do you understand that you will have to change perceptions? You will have to push through boundaries. Sometimes you will have to shock those near and dear to you with the changes you've made. Sometimes those people will resist the changes you are making because it's uncomfortable for them. They did not sign up to that in the relationship you already started. Do you understand this? Do you know sometimes that the person you battle with the most is going to be the person in the mirror, the person you see? Your method has to be radical in order to expect radical results. So let me give you an example from my perspective. I am your typical African girl. I like Ghanaian food. I do spicy food. I am not a goat. I don't eat grass. I have said all these things to people before. This whole fruit and vegetable thing, it is alien to me, just as it's alien to many people who are similar to me, people who are from my community. The problem for people like that is that in order to achieve what we are looking for, what we've traditionally eaten is no longer working. What we have been eating all along is one of the reasons why we arrived here in the first place. And so we need to change what we eat, but it's uncomfortable, the things that we are now required to eat. So Amma is opening a pack. I can't believe I'm about to do this, of wheatgrass powder. I mean, the word grass in the name is enough to put me off for life. Good morning. The word grass in the name is more than enough to put me off. When I want to be comfortable, I really shouldn't go anywhere near grass. because I am not a grass eater at all. But I do know that I want to transform my body, and I do want to see changes, and I want to see changes now. I am beginning to say, you hadn't finished watching your video and bam, this one. Yes, Papa? And this morning, that's what a lot of people are saying. It's exactly the same thing you said to me right there, Papa. A lot of you are getting stunned with how much I've managed to get done when the day is still so young. When you want to change outcomes, people should give you that kind of feedback. People should be stunned with how much you are outputting. People should look at what you're doing and just wonder, how on earth are you doing it? Yeah, he hasn't finished seeing video 1. I'm already in video 2. When I finish it, there is video 3 to go. I do know that I have a few days off, and I promise to do a few broadcasts and get a few people to get information. And then it will be marking season. I will not be able to do as many videos. And that's why I am on a lot this week. Ajua, good morning. Welcome, my sister. I love the fact that people are actually beginning to say things like that to me, because when you start saying things like that to me, it means that I am radicalizing the change I want to see. It is likely that I will see the success that I am after because I am actually pushing through the boundaries. I am one of those people who believes that success is actually directly correlated to effort. Success directly correlated to effort. Initially, you will have to storm through to see results, but how much you put in determines how much you get. Salam Abdul. In this morning, what am I doing here? This morning, right now, on this page, we are talking transformations. On this page, we are talking change management. On this page, Daniel, good morning. George, good morning. I am talking through the methodology of transformation. I'm hoping that the examples I give you help you to understand what I'm saying in a practical way. If you want to change something, if you want to change your outcomes, if you want to change your results, you have to change the method. If you want your results to be ordinary, understand that the method switch will also be ordinary. I have missed you. Where have you been, my brother? We need to talk, so please do let's talk. Don't be a stranger. If you are looking for ordinary results, then please put in ordinary effort and you will get your ordinary results, guaranteed. Fatai, good morning. Nanekia, good morning. You're welcome. If you are looking for exceptional results, please understand that ordinary methodology will not achieve exceptional results. If you want to test and see if you are actually pushing through and putting in exceptional effort, it is people around you who will give you that feedback. So for me this morning, when I switched on the cameras, it was my daughter. She knows me. For 13 years, she's lived with me. She knows how I do things. She knows that I never stop. But she walks in this morning already and sees what I have achieved when all of them are not awake. And she says, wow, Mom, when did you wake up to have all this done? And the minute she asked me that question, I just wanted to hug the kid, because she gave me affirmation that what I am doing might be radical enough to generate what other people find stunning. And that's what's going to make the difference between ordinary results and extraordinary results. I am not looking for ordinary. Ordinary is no longer good enough for me. I need extraordinary. And because I want extraordinary outcomes, I've got to make sure that my input is also extraordinary. And if people who know you find it surprising, then it probably is pushing towards the extraordinary. Bear with me 1 second, please. It is those near and dear, those who already know you, those who already have an idea of what you can and typically do. They are the ones who will let you know whether you are outputting ordinarily or you are pushing beyond the ordinary. Good morning, Michael. I am not going to work. For the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, I am still not working because it's National Day where I am. So Amma is going to make myself a drink. I could have made myself ordinary tea. But I am not making myself ordinary tea because I do not want to see ordinary results. I am adding wheatgrass powder. Does it taste nice? No, it does not. It tastes like grass. It smells like grass. But the reason why I am going to push through and drink this concoction with wheatgrass powder is because that I need soluble fiber in my system. The other thing I'm going to put in is my ginger. Obviously, in order to be able to make your radical methodological changes, to make your methodological changes, I can't speak. To make those changes to your method, you also need to have knowledge. That's the second point I wanted to make. You cannot mix things if you don't know what each thing does. Now, good morning, good morning. I've put in my wheatgrass. I'm going to add ginger. My ginger is going in as an anti-inflammatory. But I would be able to make those decisions because I've done a bit of research. I have gained a bit of knowledge. I have some understanding. If I don't have those things in place, I am in trouble. I am in trouble. Big trouble. Amina, good morning, good morning, good morning. In order to have your radical change, your methodology has to change. Why can't I say that word today? Your methodology has to change. In order for you to effectively change your methodology, you will have to change your understanding. I want you to be clear about that one. If you remain as ignorant as you were yesterday, you will do things exactly the way you did yesterday, and you can expect the same results you got yesterday. It's that simple. If you don't want what you got yesterday and you want to make changes, you need to know more than you did yesterday. And that's the thing most of us don't appreciate. That's the one thing most of us don't realize and recognize. We all aspire, we all want to develop, but we don't understand that our knowledge point is the first place which needs to augment. You need to change what you know in order to deepen and broaden your understanding, in order to make more effective choices and be able to see those choices through because you have conviction from knowledge. When you have conviction from knowledge, it is more likely that your interventions will actually be impactful. And that's what I'm looking for. We are transforming, but we are not transforming to waste energy. We are transforming, seeking outcomes. Let me give you an example from a practical point of view. There's a parent who wants to help your kid study. You want your kid to become more academically able. You want to support your kid who has an academic deficit somewhat. You have all the will in this world, but if you don't understand exactly what the deficit is and you have no knowledge of the compensations required to augment, to support this kid to make better progress, you will not get there. The will in this world will not change much without knowledge. Nanabna, good morning. You love my skin tone. Wafaya, thank you. Thank you so much. I love my skin tone too. Listen, we have aspirations and many of us have dreams. It's wonderful. But many of us remain ignorant even when we are aspirational. That's not a good recipe. That's not a good recipe. In order to be able to change things and for your aspirations to move from pure aspiration to become achievements, you will need knowledge. It is that knowledge which will be the difference between the strategy you used before and the new strategy you are going to deploy, which is an improvement on the old. It is not just about changing. Certain things are working really well, and unless you have improvements, you don't change them. You only make changes when you have the potential of improvement. You can only have the potential of improvement if you have new knowledge, new understanding. That's the point I'm trying to hammer home. You need to have new understanding. You need to have new knowledge. Then you apply that new knowledge and new understanding to change the methodology. And when you change that method, it is likely that the outcome will also change. Those things are directly correlated. So if you want some outcomes to change, take it from me today. The method has to change. The efficiency in the system has to improve. The only way to improve that efficiency is to augment and enhance your knowledge and understanding. You might do so from observation, you might do so from consultation, you might do so from research of any kind, but you have to acquire knowledge, you have to get understanding. You will need to know how to change things. And if you know how to change things and somebody is kind enough to point you in the direction of what to expect when you are on that change route, then nothing surprises you and you are less likely to abandon projects in the middle of it. For example, I am trying to augment the way I look. I am beginning to see changes in my body. But I am only beginning to see the changes in my body after weeks of work. Yes, one Bible, I am married. I am married to Mr. Ponchibiti. I have 2 kids. You will see them float in and float out and come wave and go every now and again. By that question, I am assuming it's the first time you've come across me. My name is Amma. It's good to see you. Welcome to this page. Crantyman is good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody. I hope I've not missed anybody out. One of the things that I have found on my various transformational journeys, the ones that I abandoned and the ones that I saw through, had only one thing, which was different. When I abandoned things, I went in blindsided. I didn't know what I was doing. I was muddling through. I wanted to do the typical Amma style, figure things out as I go. But figuring things out as I go meant that I became discouraged in the middle. I hit points when Amma had no idea what else to do. My armor was finished. I had no repertoire of skills, no repertoire of knowledge. And so when you hit a brick wall, you really do hit it hard and there is nowhere to turn. When that happens, it takes mental fortitude to pause, stop, go seek knowledge and come back and continue. One of the quickest things to do is to decide that that was not a worthy journey and you abandon it and you go off and do something else and say it doesn't work. But I have come to know that it wasn't that the method wouldn't work. It was because you did not have adequate knowledge. You have to have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and G ready to go before you commence sometimes. And if you've made the mistake of commencing without a plan B, C, D, E, F, and G, probably the wisest thing to do is to seek those plans, because on any transformational journey, you are going to need it. So I was telling people in the tree broadcast today, I started wanting to lose weight. Yes, I understood that I had to do smoothies. Yes, what I forgot was that the smoothies alone do not replace food. And no, I drank the smoothies, and when I had a wee, I was hungry. All it took was one wee, and I was as hungry as, and I was gobbling food that I would not ordinarily even eat. Look at me. I have made myself green tea with grass. It looks like grass, it smells like grass, and it tastes like grass. Please understand. It will take mental fortitude to drink this. You will have to remind yourself many times whilst you're drinking this that this is not Coke. It is not Fanta. It's not even tea. It is not coffee. This is health. That mental fortitude has to be there, otherwise you will not drink. When it hits you and the grass taste hits your palate, you feel it because you are human. It will be there. But I am not drinking it yet. It will not surprise me because I do know that it's going to taste like grass. I am expecting it to taste like grass. I am preparing myself mentally to be drinking grass. And what I will repeat to myself when this is cool enough to drink is, Amma, soluble fiber. Soluble fiber. Sticking to cholesterol. Removing cholesterol from your bloodstream. Improving your circulation. Reducing your chances of cardiovascular illnesses. Amma, you do know that there are precursors in your genes. Amma, you need this. Amma, you want this. Amma, you love this. Amma, you should drink this. And by the time I have had that conversation with Amma inside, Amma is waiting for this to cool down so Amma drinks. Do you understand? I have managed to explain to Amma why Amma needs to drink it. I cannot explain to Amma if I don't have evidence, if I don't have information, if I don't have knowledge. How do I convince myself to drink this horrible thing if I do not know the benefits for me? If I don't know securely the improvements I can make? If I don't look at my neck right now and realize, girl, the compensations are working. Come on, make another one, make yet another one. Today's popular question is, are you married? Yes, please, I am. Yes, please, I have 2 kids. I can't even say your name. It's something international. Hi. Forgive me. Sister Diana, good morning. So yes, this Amma is going to drink grass. The reason why this Amma is drinking grass is this Amma has found knowledge. This Amma has discovered understanding. This Amma knows what she needs to do, and she knows all the reasons why she should drink it. She is smelling it and doesn't give a hoot. It smells like grass because it is grass. Amma understands grass is good for me, so grass is no longer revolting. Grass is suggesting that in 6 more weeks, Amma will stand here at Christmas and tell you which clothing she's wearing. Massive good morning. Amma will stand here and tell you how much friskier she's feeling. Amma will tell you, if a good morning says, I hope you got my message. Good morning. So I am drinking grass. I am happily drinking grass. I am drinking grass and nothing but grass, and even buying more grass as I go along. And the key difference is that I have understood, that I have learned, that I have acquired new knowledge, that I have derived new understanding, that I am able to connect more dots securely. Things make more sense in my head. I am able to change and adjust things and augment things because I am learning. Transformation is impossible if you are not learning. Stagnation is all you will get when your knowledge stagnates. Change is only as possible as your new learning. Simple message, but very profound. Change and transformation only possible when you have new knowledge, when you have new information. My question is, on this particular thing that you want to change, on this transformational journey you want to commence on, have you acquired enough knowledge? Do you have enough understanding? Are you an authority in this area? Will you have other things to fall back when the doubts come calling? Because they will come calling. When your brain plays games with you and tells you how stupid it is to drink grass, do you have a comeback? Do you have an answer ready? Do you know what to say to your naysayers? Do you know how to shut your naysayers up so you can continue on your journey peacefully? Do you know? If you know that, then you are one of the lucky ones. You are likely to push through. You are likely to succeed. It is less likely for somebody to distract you because you do have the knowledge, you do have the understanding. It helps you get the conviction. And once that conviction is in place, you are in a secure place on this journey. When you start transformation and you are not convicted, when you don't know securely, when you have an idea but it's easy for alternative arguments to be presented, it is so easy for people to push you in so many different directions. You end up wasting a lot of energy. Somebody says grass is good, you eat it. Somebody says banku is good, you are off to eat it. You don't really have any knowledge of nutrition, so anything anybody says goes. It's not everything you try. Not everything will be helpful. But you would only be able to decipher this if you have knowledge. You want to start a business. Do you know how to do a business? Have you gone off to learn the basic principles of business management? Do you understand how to price and how to market and how to source? Have you got that information? If not, then your business idea is a romantic idea. Like most romantic ideas, it will come and end in tears. Not because the idea was not good, but because you don't have adequate knowledge. You did not arm yourself enough with understanding. You did not give yourself a chance to succeed because you did not take care of the very basic core principles of change. Knowledge first, understanding next, conviction next, before action. Let me sum it up for you. Knowledge first, understanding next, conviction next, and then action. Try those 4 stages. It makes life a whole lot easier once you learn this simple fact. You cannot move until you've learned. You cannot change until you understand. You cannot transform unless you know what to change. And you believe in the method you are about to employ. You have to believe in the method. You are really sad. Oh, may her soul rest in peace. I'm so sorry, Abraham. I am so sorry. So sorry. This life sucks sometimes. I cannot even claim I understand, but I can only empathize and sympathize. I am so sorry. So sorry. You know, In this life, we don't know outcomes. I was saying to somebody, people who are changing things and have hope that things will improve, even if it doesn't improve, the hope makes your current life manageable. When you stagnated, maybe it's good morning, I see you. When you've stagnated and you are stuck in a corner, it is the worst existence to find yourself in because you don't see any way out. You are trapped. The next stage is depression if you are not careful. You've got to give yourself an outlet. And as I say, in order for the outlet to be worthy of your time and effort, you start your outlet with information gathering, seeking information, learning, researching, getting access to the information available, sieving through the information, filtering through things until you come to an understanding. The next stage is understanding. You have to understand, you have to own the knowledge. And when you own the knowledge so securely, you begin to believe. And when you believe, you have conviction. Yahuda, good morning. Conviction. Conviction that you know what you're doing. Conviction that what you are about to do would work. Conviction that it's the only thing you should do. Conviction that your energy is not being wasted. Conviction is what will kick you into action. Once you have conviction, action is automatic. When you have conviction and you act, you are decisive, you make strides, you progress really quickly. You change things and you transform. So I was having that conversation with Matilda this morning, and she says, wow, your body has changed very quickly. Yes, my body has changed very quickly because I actually do have an understanding of nutrition. I do know what I'm doing. I am confident about what I'm doing. So I am not adding unnecessary things. I am not changing everything anybody suggests. I am drinking wheatgrass at the moment. I know lemongrass exists, but I don't understand lemongrass. I think wheatgrass is enough for me. So I am sticking to wheatgrass. Thank you very much. Yes, there is Juice Plus, Fruit Minus, and all the other products around. And people have sent all of them to me. But I have made a choice because I have researched. And I'm comfortable with the one I have chosen. And I am happy to push through with the one I've chosen. Even this company has about 10, 15, 20 products. I did not want to start with 10, 15, 20 products. I had actually researched the products, chosen 2 of them I wanted to start with, had absolute clarity of those 2 and the reasons why I was taking them. I've taken them religiously and stuck to it, regardless of what anybody else says around. I know what I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing. And you can see my body is changing very rapidly, very rapidly. I understand nutrition. I know the foods I need to cut out, so I'm cutting them aggressively. I know what I need to do to make my smoothies work now, so I'm doing them and it's working. All these things are possible because the knowledge base was there in the first place. Have knowledge. Understand why things are done. Sift through all the understanding until you come to conviction. When you are clear exactly what will work for you and the reasons why it will work for you and why you should do it. And when you have that conviction, action is automatic. When you start action under conviction, you do not waver. You do not waste energy. You don't tap into everything and anything and distract yourself. You have clarity. You have focus. And because you have that tunnel vision, because you don't waste energy, because you make strides in a particular direction, guarantee that you are likely to make the quickest progress to your target. I am not going to make this one long. I just wanted to give you 4 stages of change management. Stage number 1, go and acquire knowledge. Read, ask, watch. When you acquire knowledge, it is still people's knowledge. It does not belong to you. You need to learn to own it and come to an understanding. It has to make sense in your head. How to do that business needs to make sense. The machines you need needs to make sense. The staff you need needs to make sense. The process of your business needs to make sense. Don't start a business superficially, because if you do, people will swindle you because you have no knowledge of what you're doing. Get that understanding of what needs to be done. Keep pushing until you get clarity and conviction. I am convinced that this is the business for me because it requires passion and I have it. It requires scientific understanding and I have it. It requires business acumen. I don't have it, but I can employ it. It requires marketing strategies. Don't have it, but I know where I'm going to get a conviction. I can do this. It is possible. I can do this. I can do this. And the minute you get to I can do this, the next stage is I will do this. I must do this. I should do this. I have done it is your final destination. 4 stages. I don't want to make it long, so I'm going to pause this one particularly here. Which grass are you talking about, my sister? Namely, I am talking about wheatgrass. As I was explaining, there are many grasses, but I've chosen wheatgrass. One of the reasons why I've chosen wheatgrass is the fact that it's high in soluble fiber. It smells like grass, it looks like grass, and it is grass. And Amma is drinking this grass, and Amma does not even object. Because Amma knows why she's drinking grass. Don't be fooled. It smells like grass. Yawadu, good morning. Don't be fooled. It tastes like grass. It looks like grass. It is even called grass. It is grass. And this is my little magic potion. Because I knew that I was about to drink grass, I went and got myself, sometimes I will use canderel, sometimes, most of the time I use stevia. I put stevia in the grass so that it tastes a little less than grass, even when it still smells like grass and it looks like grass. And my brain is able to drink this grass because my brain knows that I have been smart. I have used a bit of knowledge and understanding to change the dynamics of this grass. I am smarter than the grass, only one notch smarter, but I feel very smart. So I'm drinking this grass. It doesn't taste too bad. The ginger I put in there is wonderful because it gives it an edge. It changes the taste. It doesn't taste like raw grass. It tastes like sexy grass. So look at how happy this fool is. Drinking this grass because she knows. Because she understands. Because she's convicted. And so she acts. Do you understand the process? Yeah, good morning. How are you? I hope you are well. Grass drinking is a happy exercise when the person drinking has knowledge. Grass drinking is a good exercise when the person drinking has understanding. Grass drinking is not painful when the drinker has conviction, has belief in the grass. All these things are possible from the first 2 stages. You have to know enough to understand enough to be convicted, and be convicted enough to act, and to act decisively. Abna, good morning. You are welcome. Sam, good morning. What do you need to change? Have you sought the knowledge you need? That's Himafuswa. Good morning. Good morning. Have you sought the knowledge? Or are you being lazy? Are you hoping other people will do it for you? Yes, other people will swindle you when they are the knowledge owners. Yes, you'll be a pathetic pawn. They will play games with you because you depend on their knowledge. You don't have enough understanding. You are a clown. You are going to be somebody's puppet. You will pay, other people will reap because you are lazy. You don't understand. The knowledge has to be yours. The understanding has to be yours. The conviction has to be yours, not your staff, yours. So that you act decisively by employing people and strategically directing those people, strategically managing those people, strategically making choices about where to put your resources, because you know where the returns will be high, because you understand where they should go, because you are convicted about the direction of this business. You will act appropriately and you will succeed. Change should be managed, and that's why it's called change management. Transformation is a period of change. It's definitely methodological. Definitely it has method. It has a methodology to it. How can you do research on this? Namely, there are some sites. So the products I'm using, I can give you a website for those ones. You can go look it up. If you go on YouTube, there are testimonials. I'll happily send you some videos if you want. But the most important thing is that you go to Google and you type in what you are looking to do. So for me, it is cholesterol reduction. The weight reduction is just supplementary. Cholesterol reduction. And because I wanted to reduce cholesterol, I went and searched, and I discovered that the one thing to do to reduce cholesterol is to increase soluble fiber in my bloodstream. So I started looking at things that contain soluble fiber. The simple oats that we eat in the morning. Eating oats is very good for cholesterol management because it contains soluble fiber. I looked at things like wheatgrass, contains soluble fiber. And yesterday, just so we can even add more, look, I am on a process. So you find all the products I'm selecting. I have understanding. I have conviction. I am clear. So my choice of products all ties into the same thing. Everything I'm choosing is leading towards improved fiber content. And when my fiber content in circulation improves, I anticipate that my cholesterol level will drop. I'm doing it because I've researched it. And because I've researched it, I've chosen products to fit what I know, what I'm convicted about. And because of the product I'm choosing, I am beginning to make observations in the physical. These observations are giving me conviction that it does work. All of you making noise about Ama's body changing is just confirming what I'm doing. That gives me even more conviction to move forward with what I'm doing. So I am. So research, again, no substitute. You will have to sit down. You will have to go to credible sites. You will have to go and do some reading, maybe watching, listening, and make sure that you've acquired enough information to be able to direct what you need to lead. John, you know me very well. So sitting me sat here in this sports gear this morning, you will see the differences. It is undeniable. It is very visible. It is very clear. The reason why it's been that visible and very clear is because I am not going at this blindly. I am actually doing this from a nutritional point of view. I'm doing this scientifically. I'm doing this from knowledge base. I am not choosing things willy-nilly. I am choosing things from things that I have researched and know. Ahime for you, good morning. So somebody was telling me this morning, Amma, in the last 3 weeks, oh my God, so much has changed. I'm like, yeah, the last 3 weeks, things have changed because I have put things in combination which I knew would work. I was comfortable with what I was doing. And so I carried on doing it on a daily basis. Sometimes I switched on the camera and I danced, but I don't think a lot of you realize what I was doing. Sometimes I ate random things and most of you thought that it was because I wanted to be random. No, I didn't want to be random. I knew what I was doing at the time. I was just pushing through. I have acquired knowledge. Knowledge has led me to understanding. Secure understanding has led me to conviction. Conviction is leading me to make better choices. I'm making choices. I am acting. And because I am acting decisively, I am beginning to see stage 5 results. Beginning to see stage 5. I am nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm definitely moving in that direction. Ohima, good morning. Good morning. So you want to change something. You've seen the 4 stages required. Are you still interested in changing? Or is it too difficult? Do you want to jump a few of those steps? Forget that one. It doesn't work. There is method to the madness. You will have to follow the methodology, love. If you are willing to stick to the methodology, you can expect to see results. What do you want to change? Who wants to share what you want to change? I've told you what I want to change. I'm already beginning to do my 2020 targets. I'm doing 2020 targets physically, financially for sure. So you've seen me make an announcement that I'm actually going to do the Juice Plus thing as a serious business. Not kidding. That is my multiple income stream strategy being implemented for sure. I am looking at developing other aspects of my souvenir business. You will see me live again a bit later. Yes, I am working. I'm working really hard because I have conviction that if I work very hard, it will change things for me. So what are your goals? We all have the romantic goals, right? Do you even know how to achieve those goals? Do you know what to do to achieve them? Or are you just praying? Praying is great, but action is even better. Praying is wonderful. It psychs you up and it gives you hope and it helps you know that it's possible. But after the prayer has to be some decisive actions. The first stage is you acquiring knowledge. The next stage is getting understanding. The third stage is to get conviction and to act. And to act. Prayer without action. You finish that statement. I will not even go there myself. I am going to wait for a minute or so for those of you who want to hold yourself personally accountable. If you want to share your goals and have people hear that you have those aspirations, so that people like me will ask you about it. How is it going? How is it moving? Just to cheer you on and support you and keep you on the straight and narrow. Please go right ahead. You may type. If you want to keep it personal and write it somewhere, please do. Whatever you do, as long as you've identified what the goal is and you work out a strategy, a plan to make the implementation possible, then we are on a change management route. We are transforming. We are metamorphosizing. Who else wants to join on this journey, and where do you want to lead to? Don't think anybody said anything for a while. I probably have shocked you with the speed at which I was speaking at some point. Or maybe the better thing for me to consider is that you are thinking and processing what I've said. Or the madness is a little bit too much for you. Yvette, you are welcome. You are welcome. Amen to that. Long life. Amen. Lord, may you grant this humble prayer. And may he grant the same to you, my brother. What do you want to change? What do you need to change? Because for me, some of my changes are wants, some of my changes are needs. Changing my health is a desperate need. Changing my pocket, an even more desperate need. Very pressing. Changing my hair, probably a want. Do you know the differences between what you need to change and what you want to change? The things you need to change are things that you might not find comfortable to change, but it is a need. And you address your needs before your wants. I still haven't seen any questions. I've not seen any input. So I think that you all do need a bit of time to process, a little bit of time to come to terms with some of the things that I have thrown out on the broadcast. You live in Liberia. Namely, I think those of you in Liberia, we will have to post out to you like those in Ghana. I can send you the website though. You can have a look, select, and then we will have it delivered to another place and posted to you. No problem. Yeah, you are trying to get the omega and berry, but it's asking you to buy a 4 months order. Sonia, it does that. And then it gives you a one-time purchase as well. I selected the 4-month option. They just took one payment from me. Nobody's taking anything else from me. And I've just got what I've got here. So have a look at that one. I don't think it's a problem, but select if you can. If you can find the ones which gives you a one-off payment, take that one. But I went for the 4-month one. I haven't received any strange things here yet. And it's been 2 months. Yeah. So yeah, check the omega and berry for sure. Definitely get it, and let's do this together. Let's work at this together. I am getting interesting text messages, is why I am laughing. I'm smiling to myself because all these things are confirmation, and it helps me get conviction, even more conviction, that I am doing what I'm supposed to do and it is working, and I should just keep chipping at it and it will get better with time. That is my assurance, and that is what encourages me to keep going. I pray that you do find your assurance. I pray that people around you begin to give you positive affirmation, that your daughter wakes up and gets surprised, even for you, by how much you have achieved in one morning. That tells you that the effort you're putting in is extraordinary. And if the effort is extraordinary, you can hope and pray for extraordinary results. Thank you so much for watching. I do pray and hope that you find it. Namely, I have never posted to Liberia, so anything I say will be a guess. If you are willing to be a trial for me, I will happily try. And then we can document how long it takes. It's DHL. So I am not anticipating that it should take that long. Yes, Ernest. That was a heartbreaking story, really. It was. Let me love you. Let me leave you to ponder on what we've discussed. Maybe later on this evening or sometime tomorrow, I will come and I will develop this concept a little further. Thank you. If you've not shared it, can you hit that share button for me so that you change to become a sharer? Like Nimli, thank you so much for sharing. I am so grateful for those of you who come and you just hit the share button and put it out, because you don't know who needs to hear it. The people who need to hear it sometimes are not in my network. Those of you who are already friends to me, you will see what I put out. And so sharing is not that important for you, but it's the randoms, the ones who chance on it, the ones who are friends to you but have never heard of me, the ones who might be soldiering on, and this might be the little message which changes and makes a difference between giving or packing it in and going to acquire knowledge and just seeing the process through. Share the video for me, please, if you haven't. Please. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Speak to you soon, later today or sometime tomorrow.